Welcome to Doze Brain, seekers of self-improvement and personal growth. Today we're diving deep into the subject of self-awareness. This is not just a trendy buzzword, but a fundamental pillar of emotional intelligence that can radically transform our lives. It's about understanding our own character, emotions, motives, and desires. It's like holding a mirror up to ourselves, not to scrutinize for flaws, but to understand and improve. In our journey today, we'll be exploring 6 red flags, 6 signs that might indicate a need for more self-awareness. Each of these flags is a wake-up call, an invitation to turn inward and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. They're not about blame or guilt, but about growth and transformation. So, brace yourself as we begin our journey of self-discovery with the first red flag. Red flag number 1, a lack of empathy. Empathy, it's the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's the bridge that connects us, allowing us to step into someone else's shoes, see the world through their eyes, and respond to their emotions. But what happens when that bridge is missing? Imagine a friend sharing their struggles with you, but instead of offering comfort, you shrug it off. You fail to understand their pain, their fear. This lack of empathy can create a chasm, pushing people away, leaving them feeling unheard and unvalued. It's like being a ship lost at sea with no lighthouse to guide it. Remember, empathy isn't about solving problems, it's about feeling heard and understood. So next time, take a pause, listen, really listen, connect, because empathy, it's the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. Our second red flag is resistance to change. Now, we all know that change is as constant as the sunrise. It's inevitable, it's natural, and yet we often find ourselves fighting against it. We dig our heels in, stubbornly holding on to the familiar, fearing the unknown. But here's the thing, resisting change is like trying to hold back the ocean with a broom. It's not just futile, it can be harmful. To illustrate, let's consider a caterpillar. If it resists its metamorphosis, it would never experience the joy of flight as a butterfly. Similarly, if we resist change, we deny ourselves the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to experience new things. We must understand that change isn't always a threat. More often than not, it's an invitation to adapt, to learn, and to advance. So, rather than fearing change, let's learn to embrace it, to welcome it as a part of our journey. After all, embracing change is an integral part of personal growth. Moving on to red flag number 3. Constant procrastination. Procrastination, the art of delaying or postponing tasks. It's a universal struggle that we all grapple with from time to time, but when it becomes a constant in our lives, it can be a major hindrance to our productivity and personal growth. Let's take, for instance, Jack, a talented writer. Jack has a novel in mind, a story that could potentially captivate millions, but he's always saying, "I'll start tomorrow," and tomorrow never comes. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before he knows it, a year has passed and that novel is still a mere idea, an unfulfilled potential. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. The bill in this case can be missed opportunities, unachieved goals, and a lot of regret. Remember, every minute you spend delaying a task is a minute you're not moving forward. Procrastination is a thief of time. Don't let it rob you. Red flag number 4 is always playing the victim. It's a tall tale sign when one constantly assumes the role of a victim, blaming others or circumstances for their misfortunes. This mentality can become a breeding ground for negativity, fostering a perpetual cycle of self-pity and stagnation. It's like being stuck in a whirlpool that keeps pulling you down, hindering your ability to swim towards the shore of success. Let's consider an example. Imagine a person who consistently blames their lack of career progression on their boss's favoritism. They've convinced themselves that they're a victim, trapped in an unfair system. However, in doing so, they overlook their own shortcomings and miss opportunities to learn, grow, and advance. Instead of taking responsibility and striving to improve, they remain stagnant, waiting for external factors to change. It's crucial to understand that life isn't about what happens to you, but how you react to it. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn. Every setback a stepping stone towards growth. Remember, you're not a victim of circumstances, but a master of your destiny. Our 5th red flag is constantly blaming others. This is a common trap many of us fall into. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong, isn't it? But let's consider this. Blaming others is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. It's crucial to take responsibility for our actions. It's a sign of maturity and personal growth. Let's imagine a scenario. You're working on a group project and it doesn't go as planned. You could blame your team members for not pulling their weight, It's the easier route, right? But what if you took a moment to reflect and ask yourself, did I communicate effectively? Could I have led better? This introspection, recognizing our part in the situation, is the first step towards personal development. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's human. But owning up to them, learning and growing from them, that's what differentiates us. Blaming others might seem like a quick fix, but it's merely a band-aid solution. It doesn't address the root cause, nor does it help us grow. Blaming others won't solve problems, taking responsibility will. Lastly, red flag number 6, ignoring personal boundaries. Personal boundaries are like invisible lines we draw around ourselves to protect our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. If you find yourself regularly crossing these lines with others, it's time for some introspection. Let's dive into an example. Imagine you're at a gathering and there's someone who doesn't want to discuss their personal life. But you, ignoring their discomfort, persist in asking intrusive questions. This is a classic case of disregarding personal boundaries. It's essential to understand that everyone has a right to their privacy and space, and it's not okay to infringe upon it. It's crucial to practice empathy and respect the boundaries set by others, just as you'd want them to respect yours. Dismissal of these boundaries can lead to strained relationships and loss of trust. So, next time you catch yourself crossing that line, pause, reflect, and respect the boundary. Respecting boundaries is respecting oneself and others. Let's recap the red flags we've discussed today. We started with a lack of empathy, a serious sign that one is not understanding or acknowledging the feelings and perspectives of others. Then, we moved on to resistance to change, a trait that hinders growth and adaptation in this ever-evolving world. Next, we highlighted the issue of constant procrastination, a habit that can lead to unfulfilled potential and missed opportunities. We also shed light on the concerning tendency of always playing the victim, which prevents one from taking responsibility for their actions and improving their circumstances. From there, we discussed the damaging habit of constantly blaming others, a trait that fosters negativity and hampers personal development. Lastly, we tackled the issue of ignoring personal boundaries, a behavior that can lead to strained relationships and a lack of respect for oneself and others. Remember, self-awareness is the first step towards personal growth and development. Stay self-aware, stay growing. Thank you for watching Dose Brain video today. Don't forget to like for more videos like these.